Alright, this is worksheet 3. We're going to look at number 2, and I want to look at this with you in two different ways. The first way that I want to look at it with you is this idea that there are two events that are happening, and so I can say this is our first shot, this is our second shot, and then within this event there's two outcomes. We can either make it or not, and in the second shot, so regardless if he makes the first shot, we know he's going to shoot it again, and then he again can make it or miss it. So it does say that he has a 70% chance of making it, which then would mean that this is 30% because it's 100% something is going to happen. And then we can look at the probability of yes and yes is multiplication. So this would be 4, 9, no and yes, no and yes, and no and no. So these would be our probabilities. So looking here, what is the probability that he makes those shots? Yes, I can choose this, but I can also say the probability that he makes both shots is that he makes it, and he makes it, and means multiply, so yes times yes. So 0.7 times 0.7 is 0.49. Misses both shots is easy too. It's just this here is the probability that he misses times the probability that he misses is that. This is the part that's trickier, and this is where this is a little bit more helpful. The probability that he makes one shot is yes, no, or no, yes. So yes, no is 0.7 times 0.3, which is 0.21. No, whatever, what did I say? Yes, no, and no, yes is also 0.3 times 0.7, which is 0.21. So remember, and, yes, and no, no and yes, these are the two values. Or means add, which means I want those two, both of them, so I add. So again, the problem with this one here is you have to think about, is there more than one way for that to happen? And if there is, you need to add both of the possibilities. There's only one way that they can make them both, yes, yes, and there's only one way they can miss them both, no, no. So this is just multiply, this is just multiply, this is multiply, multiply, and then recognizing there's two different ways. And the picture helps us kind of see that nice and clearly.